The stitches sweater is being tested as we speak, so it should be released just like in the coming weeks, depending on, well, if I'll go into labor before that or not. Look how small these are. It's insane that somebody can have so small feet. So when I was trying it on the other night, I don't know if I like it so much. Hello and good morning. Today is Monday. I have spent the night at my parents' place. I am now only 2.5 weeks from the due date, and wow, it is really unpredictable energy and mood swing wise. Had a really good week last week, been really kind of productive, had maybe not so much like physical energy, but like mentally quite a lot of energy. And today just went out to get a coffee, and I just feel like I can't walk anymore. Like walking is really, really hard. Like I get so, like there's just so much like pressure in the pelvis. So then I'm just here at home, and I just felt like, oh, I am so sick of being pregnant. I suddenly like also felt really just scared and overwhelmed by everything, and so yeah, goes up and down. It really does. I am wearing my Bubblicious sweater that is finally done, and I want to show you how it turned out. Here it is, the Bubblicious sweater. I absolutely adore this color and the motifs, all the bubbles. I feel like it's not too much at all. At some point I was doubting if it's too much. Also made the sleeves pretty wide. The only thing is, of course, that I'm approximately like 2.5 weeks from my due date, so my belly is pretty huge at the moment, and I made this sweater really big. Maybe a bit too big. I don't know, like I've worked with this gauge, this yarn combo so many times before, so I think it's my pregnant brain that somehow has miscalculated, because it's like really, really huge. So this is definitely like a size large or even like extra large. As the due date is approaching, I'm realizing that I need to pack like the famous hospital bag, like the bag where you have everything when the time comes to actually go to the hospital. And I thought I would do that this week, really take it as a priority. And of course, the most important question is what knit project to bring. I am wearing my stitches sweater today. This one is a sweater I made already a year ago, and finally I think this week when this video is gonna come out, I'm gonna have the pattern ready for it. So excited about that. This is a very kind of warm sweater, but actually lately in my Instagram feed I've seen a lot of summer projects popping up already here in February, and I got really inspired to grab some of my cotton yarns. I have so many like cotton and summer yarns, and start to make some projects. And I thought maybe this year is the year where I also level up my crochet game. And that brings me to today's sponsor of this video, which is Craftsy. Craftsy is an online learning community for makers. They have classes in over 20 categories, including knitting, crocheting, painting, sewing, cooking, and so many more. I really like that they have classes in different skill levels, so they have really from taking you kind of through the basics as a beginner, but I wanted to learn how to make a crochet flower, so I found a class where it was called Daisy Granny Square by Mr. Domestic, and it was just like a 12-minute video where I learned to crochet this little thing. I have done quite a lot of crocheting, but there's always like, I forget the technique, so this was really nice and it was really quick class, so I really like that they offer like really in-depth classes, really for beginners, but then if you kind of know maybe the basics already, like for me, I just wanted like quickly to see how to make a crochet flower, so then I took this class. So they have classes in all different kinds of skill levels. First 1,000 people who will click the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership for only $1.49. If you want to level up your crochet game or knitting or cooking or something else just to keep you busy, I definitely want to learn like even more stitches and just different crochet flowers that I can maybe then make into a bag or like decorate a top or something. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much Craftsy for sponsoring this video. We have just been for a checkup at the healthcare provider. Now it's officially like only 2 weeks left to the due date, and as I expected, because I was feeling this weekend much more pressure in my pelvis when I was walking, so I just really felt like the baby is much lower down. And yes, that turned true when she was feeling my belly. First she kind of felt it more on top, like if the head of the baby is kind of like lower in my pelvis, and she was like, can't find anything. Then she took like even lower, and she was like, oh yeah, here the head is, which means like he's really ready to come already, which is really good. But also explains why I felt just been like really hard to walk the past few days, and also that I get these practice contractions in the evening, especially. Like he's very active, but I mean everything is really good, and it's just always nice when you have these checkups and you know that everything is fine. Now we are heading home, and we're gonna go and get the baby car seat that we've ordered, and then I just need to pack the hospital bag, and then I'm kind of ready for whenever he decides to come. A bit of a bigger package this time. Aha. Ta-da. Now all we need is the baby. We are on our way to go to my city office to empty it out. The lease kind of ended. At first I was kind of bummed about it because I really like having a city office, but then I realized we're gonna have a baby. I'm probably not gonna realistically have time to go to a city office, even though I first thought like, oh, it's good to have that when I need a break. But now we're gonna just go and empty it out. I don't have that much stuff. I have like a couch and well, yarn obviously. So we've been trying to figure out how to get everything in our home together with all the other furniture. We have like 6 couches at the moment, I feel. A couch in every room. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
I guess it wasn't meant to be.
So empty. Vika seems to be liking the new couch already. Oh my god, I have really a problem. I have so much yarn, but I do intend to well, I'm looking for more sample knitters, or I would just put out a story on Instagram. Unfortunately, mostly in Finland, just because with sample knitting, so it's different than test knitting. So sample knitting is I send somebody the yarns and the pattern, and they will then knit up a sample for me, and then they send it back to me and I pay them. And unfortunately, I do this mostly with knitters in Finland just because of like shipping costs. So but I'm hoping to get a lot of these yarns made into pieces that I have in my mind. I'm also working on something really exciting that is hopefully coming up at the end of the year, which really means I need sample knitters to help me out. But there's like a lot of organization. There's like so much stuff. I'm trying to go for like a system. Here I have so many of these Sandnesgarn Kås type of yarns. This is Vikingarn Alpaca Breeze, which is like really similar. It's kind of this like blown alpaca yarn, and also Drops Air. Like all of these, I feel like you can really work well together. And I have lots of colors that I've bought. I have some random skeins. I have all of my like hand dyed yarns there. Lots of like merinos and silk mohairs here. And then I've kind of put in small bags like yarns that I have in mind for different projects that I've just tried to like organize a little bit. So all of these, I have some projects in mind. Just need to find the time and the right sample knitter to help me bring it to life, because I'm realizing that I'd rather spend time designing new things. So before, I think it's really nice that I can knit, when I've done a design, then I'll knit it in like many colors. I really, really like that. And I do want to continue doing that, because I don't feel like more is necessarily better. It might be better to like really spend time on a design and then knit that in different colors and when I make the tutorials. But now, since I'm gonna have much less time with the baby, I'm thinking it's maybe better for me to spend time designing new things, and then instead from the designs I already have, somebody else can knit it up. So I still get that design in different colors that I can kind of show and, you know, use on my social media channels, and kind of style in different ways, than having to myself try to knit everything. So that at least is my plan. Let's see how that will go.
You're so tired, Kitty.
Okay, it is finally happening. I am gonna start packing my bag after some careful deliberation on like what actual bag I'm gonna choose. I've chosen this one. It's from Marimekko. It's a really big one. I got it from a friend, so it has like good memories, good vibes, good karma. Viggo, of course, already slept on it, so it's super hairy. But the first thing, I have my snacks. One of the most important things that everybody's highlighted to me is the importance of having good snacks with you in your bag. So I'm gonna get some snacks and also some things that I haven't been able to really eat during the pregnancy, like salty licorice and licorice and well, smoked salmon, but maybe I won't pack that in the hospital bag. I just Googled what to pack in your hospital bag, and I think I need like some comfy clothes for myself, and then I need the clothes for the baby. So let's go and check that out. Today, the entire day, I have been sorting all the things that we brought from my office, my city office, just trying to get things organized. So haven't really been super productive, I feel, but now I decided I'm gonna do this at least. It's super messy all over the place. But that's just how it has to be for a while. This is a little body that I bought when we were in Denmark, in Copenhagen this summer. And that was also when I started to knit the first thing that well, I've only knitted 2 things for the baby, but that's when I kind of announced or made a video where I said that I'm pregnant. So I think this one, size 56. So I think this, like, I mean, it looks really tiny. So I think I'm gonna at least bring this. And it has, like, the feet are, what do you call it? Like this. So you don't have to have like socks. I think this may be for the baby, at least. Here I've tried to organize some of the clothes. Like here are some of the smaller ones. And then I put in like some of the bigger sizes in here and some of like the more kind of warmer clothes. I don't know, maybe I should take like something like this, because this is very warm. And if it's going to be a very cold day, maybe it's good. Just don't know how big this is. Baby, newborn. Okay, so let's take this as well. Okay, so this is what I'm ending up going with. I have two bodies, one with feet, one without. Pants, more of a like a warmer little set. This fleece thingy, some things for the feet, two hats, socks. I mean, look how small these are. It's insane that somebody can have so small feet. And then two cloths, because I don't know, you never know. All right, so now let's try to figure out what I need. Every place said to get like really comfortable clothes. Wait, so probably like something that I have been wearing during the pregnancy a lot already. I know these have been very, very heavy use, so I'll take those with me. I don't know, this is hard. Socks probably, right? I need socks. This is really difficult to know. It's also so difficult to know like what you're gonna want to be wearing, because I feel like today, for example, I'm wearing a dress and it feels really nice, and I've been wearing mostly like skirts and dresses just because, I don't know, I feel like most comfortable with that, especially now since the belly is so big, and sometimes it's not like super comfortable to be in your own body, so trying to minimize, but without like kind of feeling ugly. Like it's nice to feel a little bit pretty still. And I'm also wearing now my darling cardigan, actually, the green version that I made. Worn this so much, really, really like it. Okay, for myself, I packed two cozy pants, which is probably too much. This knitted dress, which I've been wearing so much during the pregnancy. It's really, really comfortable, so I thought I'll just pack that. A pajama, also just like a shirt, and some socks and some like underwear thing. I think I'm gonna be fine with that. Then if I need something, Yuki can bring it for me. Next, I'm gonna grab some like toiletry things, like hairbrush and stuff, like some moisturizer and things. And then the most exciting part, deciding what knit project to bring. All right, we have the clothes. What to knit? So I have two bigger projects on the needle at the moment. I can't believe that I don't have more. Usually, like, I have so many knit projects going on at the same time. But to be honest, I'm not sure if either of these are ideal, like hospital projects, because I asked in a previous video for recommendations on what to bring, and most of you said to bring something like really simple. And I don't know if it's like simple enough. I'm making this one. This became incredibly oversized. Was just supposed to be a really, really cozy sweater, but I got a little bored and I made this with like a cable rib here at the body, and I decreased quite a lot, but I still feel like it is huge. And at the moment, because my belly is so huge, I feel so huge. So when I was trying it on the other night, I don't know if I like it so much. And so I'm not sure. I don't think that's gonna be the projects that I want to have with me. Otherwise, this would be good because it's just stockinette stitch. But since I've done most of the body, and I'm thinking a project where I would knit the body would probably be the best, because then you can just like knit stockinette stitch without thinking about it too much. But I don't think it's gonna be this one, so leave this at home. Another project I have been working on, which I'm very, very excited about, but to be honest, I'm not sure if this is the project either, because this is a color work project. So I have, let me see here. So it's this one that I have started. I think I started like a week ago. So now it's all like bubbly because I haven't blocked it, but it's this color work sweater, and I've been wanting to make another color work sweater. I've just been looking at the Stitches sweater. This is a sweater that I have now, it's being test knitted as we speak, so it should be released just like in the coming weeks, depending on, well, if I'll go into labor before that or not. So if I have time to release it, but it is being test knitted as we speak. Kind of feeling a little bit tempted, to be honest, to cast on a Stitches sweater and work that, and maybe like work the yoke here before. So then like when I'm going to the hospital, I would only have like the body and maybe sleeves, because there isn't so much pattern in those, but I don't know. But this one, I mean, okay, I have the body at the moment on my needles. There isn't like, it's not that complicated, but I'm just like a little worried that, and because there is still this pattern, that maybe it would just be good to have like a completely, like just really, really simple one color project. So, I'm not sure. And then I have one other thing on my needles, but this is a smaller project. This is just a beanie, the Perfect Day beanie. Started making one in a light yellow color, which I really like. I'm using, this is from Drops, they're alpaca, and then these are from Knitting from Olive, silk mohair in the color Elderflower. So I really like, it's a very kind of like a very light yellow color, but I don't know, a beanie. I do feel like it should be like a sweater project. Also because, of course, this project will then have very special memories, like assuming that everything goes in a way that that I'll be able to knit. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, I kind of feel like maybe casting on like a new project to take with me, just because it is such a special thing. I'm also a little bit nervous about the whole thing. Don't really know. Well, of course, you don't know how everything is gonna go, because every story I've now heard of women who have given birth, they've been so different, and they all emphasize that no matter how much you maybe plan or hope for things going a certain way, you have no control. Like, you don't know how it's gonna go. So I've been trying to keep really open mind, trying to not get any sort of ideas on how it's gonna go, to just not like set myself up for any kind of disappointments or things like that. And I'm sure even if I think I am doing that, I'm sure I'll still get surprised, and there's still gonna be things that I didn't expect to happen that will happen. So but yeah, it should be like a really comforting knitting project. So I don't know, I have to think a little bit what that could be and what I could work on and put in my hospital bag. Okay, yesterday, no, it's not yesterday. Oh, it's very messy. 2 days ago, I started, oh, wait. 2 nights ago, I started a new project. Now, will this be the project that I'm gonna be knitting at the hospital? I don't know, but, well, now it's very hard to see because it is, I'm in the middle of a row. Maybe I need to finish this row. But I don't have, no, there I have, because I ran out of yarn. I'm essentially, first I thought I'll cast on for another Daydreamer cardigan, and then I got my yarn. I chose Sunnes Gauze and Knitting for Olive in a really like nice kind of lemony limoncello color. But then kind of spur of the moment, I decided, no, I want to knit something new, design something new. So I am making I think it's gonna be a cardigan. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a cardigan with some really nice lace and cable motif, like pretty simple. And yesterday, I actually got a vision of making a collar. I've been wanting to make, because I really like these kind of Peter Pan collars, a bit like the Danish brand Gunny has in some of their designs. And I really like those. So I think I'm gonna try to maybe add that to this project. And let me just finish this row so you can a little bit see. I also have so many ends to weave in now because I made it a little bit too short first. But okay, so I've started to work on the lower body, and not sure how well you can see anything, but this is what I'm going for. So it's like a lace and a cable motif that you have there in the back, and then here in the front it kind of repeats like with the lace and cable. And I really like this color. I think it's gonna be so nice for spring. I was thinking first like if I should make it into a sweater, but then I'm thinking probably here in spring, if I'm gonna be like having a baby with breastfeeding and things, I think cardigans are just so much easier because you can, you know, put them on, and if you get warm you can have it open. Also because this is a pretty chunky yarn, but since I'm doing this lace, I'm thinking it's not going to be like too warm. So yeah, so this is kind of the new project that I now started. Oh no, I lost some stitches. No. And I'm feeling very excited about it right now. Yesterday, like in the evenings, I can really feel a lot of pressure in my pelvis. Feels a little bit like period pain. I'm getting like some of these like, again, like contractions that don't really, they aren't really painful, but, and I keep going between feeling like, oh my God, it's gonna be like any day now. And then at some points or some moments it feels like, no, it's probably gonna get like, gonna have to wait still for like 2 weeks. It's gonna be over the due date. So I don't know, very, very exciting times, that's for sure. Don't know how it's all gonna play out, but at least now I have my, like the basics in my hospital bag. So what is going on here? And then I guess maybe I'll put in like maybe I'll put in like that one beanie, the Perfect Day beanie project in my hospital bag. So I have like a really, really simple one. And then maybe I'll just like take whatever I have on my needles right then and there. Or maybe I'll still like cast on something like a crazy person. Also because I feel like making like some summer knits. So that could be a really nice project to have with me. Just like a basic like cotton top. I actually have, I want to show you. I have this top that I knitted last year. It's just, I think I made it on 3mm needles, just a strand of cotton yarn, and then I just didn't have time to release it as a pattern. So I'm thinking like maybe I could just cast on another one of these and then release that as a pattern here in spring, because this is just stockinette stitch and it's only one thread of yarn, so maybe that would make sense to have something like that with me. So yeah, we'll see. But thank you so much for hanging out with me again in this vlog. Usually when I film and make these vlogs, I can kind of keep track in my head of what I've filmed day to day. But now I think it's the pregnancy hormones. Like I feel very distraught and very all over the place. I'm hoping it still makes sense when you watch these videos and that you get some inspiration or that you enjoy them. I'm really just happy to have these then as a memory, of course. But now, let me show you like this belly. I mean, it is starting to become pretty ridiculous. So I'm definitely ready for our little person to arrive and just be able to wear some normal clothes soon again. As always, you can find me at kika over Instagram. You can come and say hi over there. I share more behind the scenes stuff there. And if you like this video, you can hit subscribe so then you get notified every time there's a new video. Gonna still try to make one video and we'll see how everything goes with the birth and how much I'm gonna be able to film and how much to share. But definitely gonna try to at least not go missing in action. So I look forward to see you in the next video at some point, and until then, take care. Bye!